Welcome to the Rick and Morgan podcast presented by Lemon Sports Network. Here's what we got coming up. Here's the big thing for me is that Le'Veon Bell last season and coming into this season was and is considered the best running back in all of football. This is like Kawhi Leonard leaving or not playing for an entire season with San Antonio. At the start of last season, Kawhi Leonard was a top 5 player. At the end of last season, because Kawhi didn't play, all of a sudden he was like, Kawhi Leonard, he blows, he sucks. I think that the Chiefs, if they're the home team in the AFC Championship game, this is assuming they make it. This is one of the other variables that I think we need to see. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't hold it against Pat Mahomes if he comes out and poops his pants in the playoffs. Poops his bed.
That's another term.
Poops his pants in the playoffs in the first game. I would not hold it against him in the slightest.
Hold on, really?
I think Connor has earned enough to get more snaps, and every game, which is why Le'Veon Bell needs to come back now, because every good game that he plays, Le'Veon loses more snaps. Welcome to the podcast. How you doing, Rick?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Had a long day at work. You know, the Red Sox are trying to make the ALCS, and
You mean the World Series?
World Series. What? Yeah, I'm still stuck in the Red Sox suck thing. I make a lot of MLB apparel, so that's my life now. I'm stuck in this abyss of
Yeah, but isn't that cool that
shirts.
Most years you have to make like World Series champions?
Yeah, unless
Kansas
the
City
Yankees win.
Royals.
Unless the freaking Yankees win. Get out of here,
Yeah, but
the
they don't.
Yankees.
They suck.
They suck. The Yankees suck. Aaron Judge is watching us at home, Rick.
You don't gotta worry about that at all.
Just so everyone knows, we are watching Thursday Night Football as we speak. This show is being recorded on October 18th at 9 o'clock at night, and the Red Sox are half of my screen right now. So if I yell or say something ridiculous, that is specifically because of that. I know you got some stake in fantasy this week in your game right now.
Yeah, but I'm getting toasted because I started Cardinals defense and it's 28-3 right now.
Why would you do that?
Because they're like the 4th ranked defense since the Broncos. I feel like they were going to get a lot of sacks this week against Case Keenum.
Sorry.
My options were that or the Indianapolis Colts defense. So
I
say that now on the Colts defense.
You're facing the only other team with the same record as you this week, and you guys have like the 2 best records in
The
the
second
fantasy.
quarter just started. They have 28 points.
Case Keenum's ripping it up. Has any running back scored a touchdown?
No, I don't think so.
Holy Lord have mercy. You ready to get started on the show?
Sure.
All right, so let's get to point number 1. Le'Veon Bell is on his 7-week-long holdout. When will this holdout end, and how will the Steelers use him when he returns?
I think it's either going to go 2 ways.
Okay.
When he comes back, he is going to come back. Whether that's
all those
seven,
fantasy
week 8,
people
like this.
panicking, he's coming back.
He's coming back.
Whether it's week 8, 9, 10. I got a theory, by the way,
Okay.
but you can continue.
He's either going to come back in and they're going to give him 20 carries and it's going to be Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
Or I think the more likely scenario,
Yeah.
they're going to have him split carries with James Conner.
I don't think so.
And
Explain why, though. Why do you think
for the
that?
simple fact, there's a few things, but it's mostly because he's been away from the team for so long, and it's Mike Tomlin being like, oh, you think you can just come right back in and be our starter? No, you're going to have to earn it. James Conner's done everything that he's supposed to do. He's been a baller. You're giving me the look right now. The look of like, just, you don't think Mike Tomlin, the man who's like, let's go,
I have a compelling 3 to 5 point argument.
Oh, gosh.
That I'm about to give you in like 2 seconds.
I didn't know PowerPoint was a thing in podcasts.
Finish your argument.
I think the way James Conner's played and the way Mike Tomlin is as a coach, he's not going to just bench him for Le'Veon. I mean, he might because it's Le'Veon Bell. So that's why I think it could go either way. But I think that's probably the more likely scenario right now.
So, I should answer part 1 of this question really, really quickly. So, I'll give you my theory first because Le'Veon Bell did say, okay, so the original report, right, follow me, said week 7 or 8, in between those 2 weeks.
Right.
He didn't report on Monday, and all of the fantasyverse and all of NFL world fell apart because Le'Veon Bell didn't report. And I was like, well, wait a minute. He said between week 7 and 8. So what makes you think that he's going to report the first day of that situation?
Oh, yeah.
So relax, all right? Relax. If it's week 8 and it's Thursday, right? like next Thursday, and you're sitting here and we're talking, and Le'Veon Bell has still not reported to the Pittsburgh Steelers, then you can freak out a little bit fantasy first. But right now, just give him. He's gonna. I guarantee you tomorrow there's gonna be some. I'll pull back on that. Not guarantee, but I have a feeling, a strong feeling, and it's not informed, but a strong feeling that Lev Bell is going to report, not tomorrow but Monday. And last year when he reported after he signed his tender, he came in, he did his physical first on Friday and then signed the tender on Monday. So I have a feeling he's gonna go in, do the physical, and then sign the tender on Monday and get back to work. So that's the first thing. So don't freak out, be patient. Internally, I have Le'Veon Bell on my fantasy team, so I'm internally freaking out. Get him on the field. I just moved him today. I moved him into my starting role at flex just to see what it looked like. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
That does look nice.
But let's hope Le'Veon Bell can actually, show up and perform. Here's why. So yes, he's coming back. I'll get to how the Steelers will use him in a second. But I want to make a point on Le'Veon Bell.
Okay.
Everyone is thinking, like literally everyone in the world, for some reason, is thinking that James Conner. Now, I think James Conner has earned a role.
What do you mean
an
by
expanded role in the Pittsburgh Steelers?
So a little bit more than a third down back.
A little bit more than a third down back. But I still think Le'Veon Bell will get 75% of the snaps. And if you're talking about,
so that's essentially
40, 50. Yeah. Well, not really, though. It depends on the game, I guess. Because if the Steelers aren't giving up third downs, then it is what it is. Here's the big thing for me is that Le'Veon Bell last season and coming into this season was and is considered the best running back in all of football. This is like Kawhi Leonard leaving or not playing for an entire season with San Antonio. At the start of last season, Kawhi Leonard was a top 5 player. At the end of last season, because Kawhi didn't play, all of a sudden he was like, Kawhi Leonard, he blows, he sucks. And it's like, okay, well, did everyone forget how good Kawhi Leonard is and how good he's going to make the Raptors? This is not an NBA show, but people are forgetting how good Le'Veon Bell is. And it's not just how good Le'Veon Bell is. It's how good he makes Ben Roethlisberger. It's how good he makes Antonio Brown. Go look at Brown's numbers, not the last couple weeks because he's had a couple good weeks, but go look at Brown's numbers at the beginning of the season and tell me that he didn't miss Le'Veon Bell's presence, because James Conner's there. He's doing great. But when you look at James Conner, you're like, okay, that's James. If you're a game planning, defensive coordinator and you're like, okay, my first option is to shut down Antonio Brown, Julio, and the passing game. I'm not going to think about James Conner. Now you think about James Conner. Week 8, we'll see what happens now. People are starting to realize that this guy's talented and good. But you're telling me that a guy like Le'Veon Bell doesn't make the offense itself better? You're crazy. So, he's the number 1 running back in the NFL. He was considered that before the season started, right? This is my second point. He is getting paid $850,000 a game. A freaking game. 14.
I wish I could get paid that in 10 years.
10 years. $14.5 million he's supposed to get this season, right?
It's a lot of moolah.
So he's the best running back in fantasy.
That's a lot of bling on my fingers.
I said fantasy. Yeah, it's true. He's considered the best running back in the NFL before this season started, right? Before he started holding out.
One of
top 3.
Definitely.
And he's getting paid all this money to run. And Mike Tomlin has always, he's not going anywhere. He's not going to get fired in the next 2 weeks. Mike Tomlin has always been a bell cow horse back that gets like 80%, 90% of the snaps. That's what he's always been.
True. Yeah, he loves,
So you're telling me that Le'Veon Bell now has to come back and earn his role back?
Yes.
From a guy who has played 6 games and
didn't hold out on his team. And in those 6 games, he's done everything they've asked him to. And everyone in that locker room loves him.
Yeah, but everyone in the locker room still loves Le'Veon.
Do they?
Except for freaking Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger doesn't love anyone, okay?
He loves James Conner.
Yeah, he does love James Conner. But James Conner loves Bell. So it's like there's just a lot of He was on ESPN earlier today talking about Le'Veon Bell, and he said he's freaking excited about him coming back, and he said he looks up to Le'Veon Bell and all this stuff. Like, I mean, obviously professional stuff, but none of the people in the locker room, with the exception of Ben Roethlisberger, because he's a giant idiot, are trashing on Le'Veon Bell. They're all like, oh, well, Marquise Pouncey was like, oh my God, I'm so excited for him to come back. Antonio Brown was like, this guy's awesome. Like, everyone loves him. It's not like they all hate him. And they all understand too, because especially the guy who's trying to take his job.
Most of them understand.
Take his job was like, you know what?
Remember in the beginning of the year, the quotes that were coming out though too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, oh, and he's giving up on us and stuff like this. So I wouldn't necessarily say that everybody loves him in that locker room.
So anyway, my point is that when Mike Tomlin and the GM of the Steelers sit down and they look at each other and they say, all right, what are we going to do? Le'Veon signs his tender, and they're like, what are we going to do? And Mike Tomlin sits down with the staff and says, what are we going to do? And the GM's going to sit in that meeting and he's going to say, we are paying him $14.5 million to play football for us. And he was considered the best running back in the NFL. He's better than James Conner. Why would you not start? Okay, so if he was declining or sucked, then that's one thing. But he hasn't shown, like, if he comes back, signs his tender, plays in the first game, gets 50 yards, no touchdowns, looks like a complete trash can, then you have a right to bench him. Then you have a right to take that $14.5 million.
But do you have the right to take that away from James Conner in the first place?
They franchised him. The Steelers franchised him. I have absolutely no belief that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to come back into this once he signs the tender and say, okay, James Conner has stolen Le'Veon Bell's job. That's like Tom Brady tearing his ACL and not playing half the season. And who's our backup quarterback? Brian Hoyer.
Okay. That's a terrible
He goes
comparison.
off. He goes off.
Brian Hoyer sucks, for one.
Yes, he does suck. But I mean, just... Okay,
Tom Brady
who's that
wasn't on the
rookie,
holdout.
Nate Etling? Is he still on the team?
No, they cut him before the season started.
That sucks. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't. But so I don't know. I look at it and it's like, I don't think Le'Veon Bell, he's going to be the starter. Now, as far as his role is concerned, because
I think they'll go 50-50. Kamara and Ingram kind of.
I think the most they'll do is like 35-65, maybe.
That's.
I think if I was Pittsburgh, here's what I'd do, right? They're going to try to put the exemption on him, but they need proof that he's not in shape to do that. So, which means he wouldn't play for 2 weeks, but don't freak out, Steelers Nation.
Don't you mean Le'Veon Bell fantasy owners?
Yeah, Le'Veon. Yeah, me. Please don't do that. They can't. They have to like do a physical, and if he passes the physical and physical activities, they can't they can appeal it or whatever. It wouldn't work anyway. So I think in the first game, he's back. You have to play him just to see what he looks like. And if he ends up turning out to be like a beast and he's normal Le'Veon and he makes the offense look good and they go out and they blow out a team, then I would look at it and I'd say there's no real need to have James Conner starting at this point. Let him sit behind Le'Veon. Let him figure himself, not figure himself out. He's awesome. But sit behind Le'Veon, learn how to be a running back in the NFL at an effective level consistently, and then let Le'Veon go at the end of the season. Let him get his money and then stick with James Conner. I feel like you have a sure thing in Le'Veon Bell, right? James Conner to me is still, he's great. He's run the ball great. I was wrong about him, and he's fantastic.
Oh, wow.
But
wow.
What if in a month he falls, I hate to sound like Max Kellerman, but he falls off a cliff, right? Say he falls off a cliff. Then the Steelers traded or let go, or next season James Conner sucks. They let go or they traded away Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, they may have gotten something in return, but they had one of the best top 3 running back in football on their team, and they let him go for a guy who had 6 good games.
If James Conner plays the entire year well, I don't think he's just going to fall off a cliff next year.
I would agree with that. I just want to see him play. Like I've been on this train with Connor and Patrick Mahomes all season. I just want to see him play more than like 6, 7, 8 games. I just need to see. I need to see more games. We had Deshaun Watson look like a freaking genius last year, and now he looks like a buffoon.
You literally are saying everything I said about the Red Sox in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, you're right.
Look how that turned out.
No, they're good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying here. I think what you're getting mixed with my opinion is that I think James Conner is going to suck and I think Pat Mahomes is going to suck. I don't think they're going to suck. I just want to see more. Okay. Le'Veon Bell is not going to be benched. It's unlikely.
It is unlikely, but that doesn't mean it's...
Would you really, if you're Mike Tomlin and all the things I just laid out to you, money, top 3 back, makes your offense better, right? Mm-hmm. You look at all those variables and forget about locker room situation. Their locker room's already freaking screwed up.
Well, yeah.
Forget about that. Would you really start James Conner over Le'Veon Bell? I mean, I know you want to do the 50-50 deal.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd split carries and see whoever's the better running back in those carries and slowly lean towards that running back. And it'll probably be Le'Veon Bell, but he's got to earn it first. You can't. I wouldn't just give him the job.
What does he got to earn, though?
It's got to show that he's been working in the offseason. He hasn't been partying in Miami.
See, this fat. That is a very good point, which is why I think you need to play him on his normal snap count in one game and see how he performs. Which is why I think he needs to come back against Cleveland because they have a good defensive line and they could probably stop him.
Is that who they play this week?
Yeah. No, week 8 they play Cleveland.
Oh, week 8.
Because they're on a bye. So I think it's crazy to think that Le'Veon Bell is going to be benched. Now, as to what they're going to do for him or what they're going to do with him, like I said, I think it's going to be 65-35. I wouldn't be shocked if that's what it comes to. I think Connor has earned enough to get more snaps, and every game, which is why Le'Veon Bell needs to come back now, because every good game that he plays, Le'Veon loses more snaps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a tough situation to have it's a good situation to have if you're Pittsburgh because you got 2 running backs, but I just don't think I'm of the belief that Mike Tomlin will not turn this into a Kamara, Mark Ingram situation.
That worked out pretty well for them.
It might work out well for them, but it also could be flying poop because there's only certain people that can get this offense like that.
I guess.
I just, Mike Tomlin has always had a bell cow back that gets you 350 carries a year, and that's just
he's
what
never
he's
had
done.
2 really good ones on the same team, though.
I'm curious to see how they're going to do it, but I would say that they're going to try to get Le'Veon the ball as much as possible at first, unless he really believes that Le'Veon Bell is going to go and either trade or release him, and they want to invest in James Conner. It just really depends on. I think Ben Roethlisberger can have his press conferences where he's upset. The other people can have their press conferences and say how much they love him, and everyone can have a different opinion. But the only person's opinion that matters at this point, Rick, is Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
and he hasn't said a freaking thing about it.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when he comes back.
Ready for point number 2?
Yeah.
This is an interesting little discussion. The Patriots won a big game against Kansas City. That was a great game. After watching the game this week, do you think the Chiefs will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl?
I think there's a really good chance they will, but I'm not going to say they are because it's if KC has home field advantage for the playoffs, I'd say yes. But I don't know if they're going to get it. I actually think New England's right there. Believe it or not, I think the Chargers are right there. I think, let's see, Jacksonville's always kind of in the mix. I don't really, is there any team in the AFC South that you look at and you're like, they could go to the bowl? The Texans,
No.
The Jaguars, the Colts, the Titans.
The Colts are out, sorry.
Yeah. So I'd say right now, I think it's Patriots, Chargers, Chiefs as the 3 best teams in the AFC. And I think whoever has home field advantage is going to go to the Super Bowl.
Who's the 4th team?
Maybe the Bengals are playing really well. I pick your poison in the AFC North or the 4th team. One of the Steelers, Ravens, or Bengals. I think right now I'd probably go Steelers actually.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a game here. Ready? Mm-hmm. Patriots, Chiefs.
Where?
In Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Patriots, Chiefs in Foxborough.
Patriots.
So that's the separation.
To me, yes.
Okay, I agree. I agree 100%. Now, Pat Mahomes once again had another great ending, but not a good start.
That's because Bill Belichick was playing mind games with him. Like the Dante Hightower interception.
So well. He was doing some good things. I think the Patriots got so confident in what they were doing that they kind of...
Once Mahomes figured it out, though, he was balling.
Yeah. I agree with that sentiment, unfortunately. I was hoping you would say Patriots. I do think the Kansas City Chiefs would win and go to the Super Bowl if they were at home.
Who's your 3rd team in the AFC? If it's not going to be the Patriots or Chiefs. Because to me, it's the Chargers, and I think you'd have a different team.
I'm going to say Cincinnati.
Ooh, Andy Dolan and Mark. Oh, okay, wow. That's
they're good.
A hot take.
They're good.
Yeah, but Cincinnati winning a playoff game.
So many good teams, though, Rick. The AFC is pretty good right now.
It is.
Because you got Pittsburgh,
Baltimore.
Cincinnati, Baltimore, Jacksonville, Kansas City Chiefs, Patriots.
You could maybe
There's a lot of good teams.
throw in one of the AFC South teams.
What's funny is that the Patriots and the Chiefs are going to rip every single one of those teams limb from limb. And then you know what's really going to happen actually? The Patriots will rip everyone limb from limb, and then the Kansas City Chiefs will do one of their famous choke bags in the playoffs.
I mean, they might, honestly. But it's Mahomes and not Alex Smith. So.
Yeah, that's true. I think it all comes back to Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Nice. David Price just struck out Altuve. Love it.
Meanwhile, the Broncos are still storming the Cardinals. Royce Freeman hasn't done crap in their defense. The Cardinals defense stinks.
Go Philip Lindsay. Who's never mind. So yeah, I think that the Chiefs, if they're the home team in the AFC Championship game, this is assuming they make it. This is one of the other variables that I think we need to see. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't hold it against Pat Mahomes if he comes out and poops his pants in the playoffs. Poops his bed.
That's another term.
Poops his pants in the playoffs in the first game. I would not hold it against him in the slightest.
Hold on, really?
Yeah, not
Can
for
we
a
save
second.
this clip?
Yeah, save it. I really won't. I promise I won't. It's because he's a rookie quarterback. What else do you expect?
Okay.
If he does it 5 years,
if
he does it 5 years in a row, like Andrew Luck,
and then when I'm like, remember what you said? You're gonna be like, yeah, but
what after the Chiefs lose like 5-6 in a row?
I guess we'll see.
So yeah, I don't think KC's gonna end with the. I don't think they're gonna end with the 1 seed though, and the Patriots might not even end with it. But
so who would? The Bengals, dude. I swear, if you say yes.
Nah, maybe one of those two teams. I've only watched 6 games.
I think the Chiefs are going to be the 1 seed, probably.
6 weeks of football really doesn't give us too much of a... Like, okay. You remember,
that's true.
You remember when Josh McDaniels had his first head coaching stint? 6-0. Yes. 6-0 with the Denver Broncos.
He was 6-0?
Yeah, he won his first 6 games. Lost 10 straight after that. So you're like,
wow, there's
a real chance that the Chiefs could still poop the pants and not make the playoffs. And, I don't think they won't make the playoffs, but there's a real shot. I mean, what division are they in?
The Chiefs?
AFC South.
West.
AFC West?
Yeah.
Who else is in that division?
Chargers, Raiders, Broncos.
Oh, see. I think the Chiefs could start losing enough games that the Chargers could take that division and they'd end up being a wild card, which means you might actually...
I agree with that.
You wouldn't see them because if the Pats end up with the 1 seed...
All right, Patriots... So Chargers do that. Chargers get the 1 seed. Patriots play Chargers in the AFC Championship game, not in Gillette. Who are you picking?
The Patriots.
I probably would too.
Is Joey Bosa coming back this year?
Yes, he's coming back in I think last I heard was
I'll agree with you. The Chiefs are good, and the Bengals don't know how to play in the postseason.
Yeah,
forgive me for my previous statements. I don't believe in Phillip Rivers and the Chargers in the postseason. I just don't. Just like I don't believe in the Kansas.
I have a lot
Chiefs.
more faith in the Chargers than I do like the Bengals.
If we were to give the Patriots a chance to make it to the Super Bowl and come out of the AFC this year, would you be over under 50%
to win the AFC this year?
Win the AFC and go to the Super Bowl. Over under 50%.
Slightly under 50. 50 is high.
50 is high. Okay, I would say over.
Wow. So then to either
I would give them like a 55%
the clear cut favorites. So.
I really do think that the clear. Okay, so when I watched that game against Kansas City, Kansas City is a lot of hype and there are a lot of energy and there are a lot of
hype,
excitement, but at some point, and I'm not saying this is going to happen to Pat Mahomes, but at some point, I think the Chiefs' whole offense is going to slow down. Like Tyreek Hill's going to slow down. Travis Kelce's going to slow down. Kareem Hunt's going to slow down, unfortunately for me.
Wow, okay.
Fantasy team.
Your boy.
I think that whole offense is going to slow down, Rick. And I think that I don't look at Casey. Like I said, I think Casey might even finish second in the division to Los Angeles.
If that happens.
Which is realistic.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't put any of that on Pat Mahomes. But
wow, dude, you're like, hold on, we got to keep saving these clips. This is
I mean, if he starts throwing 10 picks, I put it on him. But
okay,
I'm starting to see you're getting good production from. I mean, I could. I was gonna do it, but I won't. I could go through his QBR the last 3 weeks and how many picks he's thrown in the last 3 weeks. But I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do that. Although the buffoon that they made Pat Mahomes look like in the first 3 quarters of that game was a bad defense.
First half.
A bad defense making him look like that was kind of like, okay,
It was Bill Belichick,
yeah,
though.
I don't take anything. Like I said, nothing away from him.
Okay.
But like I said, I think the whole team is going to slow down. I think this is the point, right? They win 5 straight games. They lose to the Patriots, 5-1. I think this is where they start falling off a little bit, and the excitement and the energy starts falling off. But the reason why I say that their excitement, their energy, when you watch the Patriots, what you see is what you get. With Kansas City, they're going to float with the breeze. They're going to be a golden turd shining in the bright sunlight. But with the Patriots, if they look good, you know they're going to be good. Like that first game in October.
That's true.
They look mid-season form.
But I don't know. Mahomes might change things.
He might change things. But the Patriots offense right now, and they still haven't gotten Josh Gordon back, which we're going to talk about later. But Josh Gordon back fully and in full season, like
That might take literally all year.
it might take all year. But do you think he'll be ready for the postseason?
I think probably, yeah.
They're starting to target him more. I mean, he missed.
I know.
He missed a couple routes. They really do like him, and I don't think he's cuttable at this point. He makes some great plays. I don't know. I'm on the Patriots bandwagon right now. Their offense looked potent in that game. Potent.
Well, that's a word of the day.
Potent. All right, let's move to point number 3. Aaron Rodgers pulled off a magical comeback. Magical, should I call it that? No, because Aaron Rodgers does this every week. What are your takeaways from his comeback?
I think we talked about this a little bit ago, a few weeks ago.
Wait, we talked about, on the podcast?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to talk about how we were talking, I think it was a Tuesday night. We were getting together for the Celtics game, and we talked about the fact that Aaron Rodgers always looks like he doesn't care the entire game until he's like, okay, all right, hold my beer. I'm going to go win this every single time.
He's like, oh, my team sucks.
Here we go.
All right.
I guess I'll win the game.
Guess I'll throw for 400 yards. All right.
See it 300 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, like
freaking Rodgers. What are your takeaways from the game?
We said this on the podcast.
Or from the comeback, I should say. Go ahead.
Aaron Rodgers, I think, is the most talented
This guy
quarterback
could win Super Bowls.
in my lifetime.
I would put Tom Brady under a rock.
Wow. Okay.
I love Aaron Rodgers more than Tom Brady. I do.
Whoa.
Hey. All right. Sorry, GOAT.
But Tom Brady is, the better quarterback of the two.
Yeah. 100%.
But the more talented player.
Let me go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is Aaron Rodgers the most talented player you've ever seen? At quarterback. In your lifetime. Because last time I asked you this, you said Peyton Manning.
I'm still going to have to go with Manning.
I still have to go with Aaron Rodgers. Especially, he just every single time when they're losing, you're like,
Manning in the regular season did the same thing, though. I think people
not to this level.
Not to this level. Distance makes people forget how good
way Aaron
people
Rodgers,
actually were. Like
Peyton Manning was literally just Tom Brady, though.
Oh my God. LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. Oh wait, do you remember actually watching Michael Jordan? Okay, take a flying leap. Continue.
I really want to say something about that, but I'm not going to.
Don't go there.
For the sake of us being
football podcast.
Yeah, a football podcast. No, but Rodgers' ability to get out of the pocket and throw it like 60 yards down the field, just a flick of his wrist.
Oh, it's
incredible.
Like
no quarterback can do it like that. And Peyton Manning was extremely talented, but Peyton Manning would just dance around in the pocket, take out his laundry and like check his mail while he's all back there texting girls. And
yeah, seriously,
he wasn't able to move out of the pocket. He was like Brady like that, or Breeze, where he was just strictly a pocket quarterback, and he was really good at it, but not like Aaron Rodgers. And Rodgers can do that too.
Yeah,
he can dance around in the pocket. Just like all those other guys. He's great at pre-snap. He's brilliant. You mentioned one thing about what a quarterback should do, and Aaron Rodgers can do that thing.
Yeah, it's true. He's talented. He has everything. I just wanted to see him finish his career and do something more than just
but he's got
losing the postseason.
Put him on
That's what I was going to ask you. If you put him on the Patriots,
oh gosh,
how many Super Bowls?
I don't want to get Pats fans mad, so I'm not going to answer that question.
The constituency would be
pissed. It's at least as many as Brady's won.
Maybe more.
I don't know.
A good defense,
but I don't know if they win.
Super Bowl.
Do they win against the Falcons?
Probably not.
So,
Tom Brady's one of those guys that can literally reach his hand inside your chest and rip your heart out, and then stomp on it and take a bite out of it and throw it in the garbage.
That's graphic.
It is graphic, but that's what Tom Brady does to people.
True.
I have a hard time with this because Peyton Manning. My thing is that my whole situation flipped with Manning because I used to hate him.
Yeah, I know.
I used to hate him a lot, and I grew a lot of respect for him at the end of his career. He's extremely talented. I mean, he was so good at the game of football. Like he honestly made it look easy, like how good he was at it. But I think people forget about that. They forget about the fourth quarter comebacks that he had in his regular season career.
Yeah, because playoff Peyton Manning was a little
shoddy,
up and down.
Yeah, you could say the same about Rodgers though.
Yeah, but when Rodgers makes the playoffs, he usually performs really well.
Yeah.
And usually when they lose, it's not really because he choked. Like, we've had situations where people go back in history and they're like, oh, Peyton Manning choked in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But how many times could you say that with Rodgers?
It's a good question. I have to do my research.
Yeah, you'd have to go back and look.
Yeah,
you can't say anything off the top of your head, though.
I watched years and years of Peyton Manning, though. I barely watched the NFC. Like, I watched the NFC, like, regularly, but when Rodgers was coming up and when what has he done? Last 3 years, he's barely been in the playoffs, so.
He's barely been on the field.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's one thing that is a giant X on his career, though, is that injury.
Yeah, he's not a very durable quarterback.
I mean, both Manning and Brady both were out an entire season of their career. Mm-hmm. I believe Manning was, yeah.
Yeah.
But they both, I mean, Manning, before he got hurt and was out for an entire season, I think he currently holds the record for the longest streak of started games by a quarterback.
I think that's Eli now.
Is it Eli?
Yeah, I think so.
God, more Mannings. Freaking Eli Manning. But Peyton Manning was extremely durable. Like, he could get smashed in the turf 40 times, throw 5 picks, and still be okay. Like, he wouldn't get hurt. Brady just took one shot to the knee, and it kind of just went the wrong way for him. But he's been pretty durable in his career, too. All those, what do they call it, polytechnics or whatever he does with freaking Alex Guerrero, where they whack his skin and massage him.
There's a lot of things going on there.
Yeah.
We don't want to get into that, but they're touching each other in places that should not be touched.
Yeah, I wonder how much fake urine Tom Brady puts in his freezer in the offseason so he could pass the drug test.
Oh my god!
They probably give him some like psychoactive drug that makes him not feel hits, so he gets hurt.
Now let me rub your thigh.
Oh god, that's disgusting. I don't understand. I mean, it works. Hey, I'm not gonna hold it against you, but I mean, he's got mad dad bod, and
he does have a dad bod.
It's kind of funny, but yeah, no. As far as Peyton Manning, I would put Rodgers top 3 at this point. I mean, he's not
so. In your lifetime,
he has to win another Super Bowl.
You think Peyton Manning's more talented? And
in my lifetime,
you said top 3. So
my thing is, like, it's a balance. Brady is talented.
Brady's really talented, but
it's not pure talent for Brady. It's
exactly.
A lot of practice and it's a lot of work. For Aaron Rodgers, it's just, I could walk onto a field, not throw a ball for a year, and then like throw it 60 yards for a touchdown. Like, that's the type of player that he is. He's pure talent. Like, he was born with the ability to play
Patrick
football.
Mahomes.
Tom Brady had to work at it. And Peyton Manning is that same type of guy. He's like, oh, come on. Just took me a second, like, to hear that.
It took you like a full minute.
Oh my gosh.
Grew too.
I was focused. We got to get to the next point, but I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's fantastic. I love that aspect about him where he could just, it's not even that he plays bad. It's just, he's like got it on cruise control for the most of the game. And he looks at the score and he's like, oh,
most talented quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Here we go. I'm just going to get the win, boys. And then, oh my God, I just want to make a side note about this Mason Crosby's kick at the end of the game. He hit like a 20-yard field goal, and these guys acted like he was like hitting the greatest field goal of his life. Because he missed 6 the previous week. He took the L of the week.
Right.
But they were like, oh my God, what a kick. I'm like, it was 20 yards out. I could have hit it.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Let's not get carried away. It's true. David Price just got out of the 4th inning with a man on second base.
Lit. I'm not watching the game.
Nice.
There's not football anymore.
Good. You shouldn't be.
Because I'm not on your Wi-Fi.
Buying you into that. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, let's get to point number 4, the final point of our main show talking points. With Todd Gurley, this is a hot topic for me and Rick.
Spicy.
With Todd Gurley and Saquon Barkley ripping up the competition, literally holding them down and running right over them. Who is the best running back in the NFL? And it doesn't have to be one of those two boys. I just wanted to throw their names out there and say they're ripping up. I'll give him props.
Clarify this question a little bit more.
I love Saquon Barkley.
Are we talking about most talented, most accomplished, best statistical running
The
back?
best running back in the NFL. Everything combined.
It's probably Le'Veon Bell when he's 100%.
And you want to bench him for James Conner? He needs to earn his role back.
Hey, I think he's out partying in Miami right now. So
no, he's
and James Conner is working hard in that film room, lifting them weights.
according to some source from Miami. We retweeted it. We apologize. Some Miami Marlins beat writer for SB Nation. He tweeted a picture of himself and then saying Le'Veon Bell is going to sign his tender Monday, which is not inherently wrong, but he messed up and posted a picture that he already had taken with him on July 13th.
Oh,
You don't do that.
yeah.
So he just trolled most of the internet. He got retweets from Ian Rappaport and other notable
Dang, really?
people. Yeah.
Rappaport retweeted?
I think he deleted it. I was waiting for him to delete it. It took him 2 days, but he waited until it was off the table.
That's an L.
Yeah, take the
Honorable
fat L.
mention.
Bleacher Report. That's how I found out about it. Not a report from Bleacher Report, but I was like scrolling through my Twitter trying to figure out what was going on with Le'Veon on Monday. I found this Bleacher Report article. I'm like, oh, look at this. So I clicked on it and said that some beat reporter in Miami said that he was going to report on Monday, and I was like, "Wow, this is Bleacher Report. This is pretty legit." I went to read the article. 2 hours later, I went to go read the article on Bleacher Report. It said error 202, not downloadable. Deleted the article. Way to go, Bleacher Report. I should have screenshotted that and shared it on Twitter.
You know how many times I've been like, if the actual report is coming from Bleacher Report, don't believe it.
They don't have their own reporters though. They just go and take other reporters.
Sometimes.
They do. That is called
Very
not
rarely.
fact checking your reports. That's what that's called.
Anyway.
I didn't fact check.
To get to the question,
Go ahead.
who do you think is the most talented running back in football?
Well,
Just pure talent.
Can I answer my question first?
Yes, fine. Answer yours first.
I'm going to say I do believe Todd Gurley is the best running back in the NFL.
Okay.
I really do.
All right.
His schedule this year is putrid, bro. Putrid.
Yeah. Does that?
It is awful. Like, he is... I'm not saying the defenses are awful.
So he benefits
It's
from
that
an easy schedule.
He doesn't benefit from an easy schedule. I'm saying that the defenses that he has had... maybe I said that the wrong way. But the defenses that he has had to face are some of the best in the league when it comes to stopping the running game. He was ranked when I was creating my draft board. His strength of schedule was...
Oh, Royce Freeman touchdown.
Stop. Freaking A, man.
It was like a 2-yard touchdown, though. So
Rolls
it was
Royce.
legit a 1-yard touchdown.
Rolls
It was a
Royce
goal line
Freeman.
touchdown.
I have a feeling about that, man. But anyway, so I was looking at strength of schedule for Todd Gurley. He has one of the hardest schedules in fantasy.
That was in the beginning of the year.
Still has one of the hardest
So,
schedules.
If you look at it now, it's probably a little different. Wow, Siri. Okay, thanks. Hey, Siri, who is the best running back in the NFL?
Oh, no.
Todd Gurley, the second of the Rams lead.
Here we go. Todd Gurley. It's Todd Gurley, people. Love you, Todd.
I can't argue with that. I guess Todd Gurley.
Todd
Nope. Siri's an idiot. So are you. The most talented running back in the NFL. Who would you say?
I'm going to say Le'Veon Bell.
Okay. I think Saquon Barkley is the most talented running back in the NFL.
I disagree.
If we're going on pure talent.
I totally disagree.
I wish I had some facts to back this up, and I actually did research, but
none of your facts back it up.
I legit haven't done research whatsoever. I'm so bad at that now.
He's fantastic. I mean, the plays that he does, he literally rips
not just
people
the plays that he does.
But I think people... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Who is the worst offensive line of those three guys?
Which three guys are we mentioning?
Bell, Gurley,
Le'Veon,
Barkley. It's not close.
It's Barkley.
And it's not close. Who is the worst quarterback of those three guys?
That's Eli.
Okay, who is the worst coach of those three guys?
You're really going to make fun of... I don't even know his name.
Pat Shurmur? Yes,
Shurmur.
I'm going to make fun of him.
All right, whatever. Worst coach. He's talented. I give you that. But you can't...
Now you put...
Okay, I like to do hypotheticals too.
Yes.
But I'm not going to put Todd Gurley on the freaking Giants, right? We don't know. I'm not going to waste my time on that. We don't know.
You've been doing this like
your
whole life of like, dude, imagine if this was that and that was this.
Yeah,
and
but
now it doesn't benefit
how do you
your
know?
take,
Here's the
and you're
thing:
like,
is that you can't. like, okay, so for example, I've used this exact same thing to say that the Patriots would have won the Super Bowl had they started Malcolm Butler. I think this is an entirely different situation because this is like asking me to tell you how Tom Brady would play on another team. I don't know that. I couldn't guess that. Like it's not. It goes beyond pure opinion. That's just hope. That's
But
like
I
okay.
think-
Todd
but
Gurley.
here's-
Todd Gurley wouldn't be as good as Saquon Barkley is if he was on the Giants. Well, how do you know that? What do you got to back that up?
You don't have
absolutely
anything to back
nothing.
it. Yeah.
he was a darn good running back when the Rams. I went through 3 teams when the Rams stunk.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
You want me to pull up his numbers because
Do you
shall.
remember rookie season? How people were like, "Todd Gurley's a bust. He's not that good."
No, because I had him on my fantasy team. He was a beast.
His rookie season, people were calling him a bust,
Probably.
and people were like, "He's not that good." And then all of a sudden, he got a good team around him. And what's that? His stats went up. What a shocker! In the NFL, dude. Okay, in the running game, what's more important in your opinion?
The
offensive line or a running back?
Offensive
I
line.
agree. And Todd
I mean-
Gurley. Actually, the Steelers might have a better offensive line than the Rams. I don't know. I have to do my research.
Okay, so you want his numbers?
Yeah. What was it? His rookie season.
Rookie season, he only played 6 games. And in those 6 games, he had 129 rushes for 623 yards and 9 touchdowns. His longest run was 29 yards, and he had 4.8 yards a carry.
That's actually pretty good.
In 2017, he had 279 rushes, 1,305 yards, 13 touchdowns, and a long 57 yards, 4.7 yards a carry. He took a dive in 2016 a little bit, and he ran for 885 yards, 6 touchdowns, averaging 3.2 yards a carry.
Wait, was 2016 his rookie year or
Oh,
2015?
I'm sorry. I'm reading this backwards.
Yeah, you are.
Lord have mercy on my soul. So 2016, he did have a down year. 2015,
That was his rookie season, right?
No, his rookie season was in 2015. He ran in 13 games, 1,106 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a 4.8 yard a carry.
That's pretty good, though, for
in 2016.
So that's
he
probably
had a
the year
down
they were calling him bust, though.
Yeah, they were probably like, "Oh my god, that was the year." That was okay.
But
so
do you see what I mean?
In
Like-
that year, though, in 2016, people drafted people drafted what's his name high in fantasy drafts. Gurley, and they were all
Yeah.
disappointed. And they were like, "Who is this trash bag?"
That is true.
And then
That is true.
next year, I got him in the back end of the 3rd round. Love it. I will live off my 2017 fantasy year for
But
a long
what
time.
was their record that year?
The St. Louis Rams?
Were they St. Louis in 2016?
Yes.
All right. Whatever. I want to know what the St. Louis Rams record was in
Rams
2016.
Records. Oh, great! That's like a music studio. I
Wow,
gotta.
good job. Research on the fly.
Yeah, dude. I wish I had like
Louis Rams.
St. Louis Rams. Wow.
What was it?
45 years of
Of pure trash.
pure trash. Okay, so in 2015 when they got him, they were 7-9. 2016
too bad.
they were 4-12.
So they were a terrible team, is what you're saying.
And then 2017 last year they were 11-5, and now this year what are they undefeated 6-0? That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's reasonable statistics to say that Todd Gurley's trash without a good offensive line.
He's not trash.
I think that year in
I never said he was trash
2015,
without not good offensive line.
in 2015 when they were 7-9, Todd Gurley ran for 4.8 yards a carry, 10 touchdowns, and 1,106 yards in his rookie year. I would say that's pure talent. His longest run that season was 71 yards. The guy is a freaking beast. And I think people...
Barkley's longest run through 6 games is already longer than that. So,
I would disagree with that statement.
well,
I would almost guarantee that that's not true.
71. I'm pretty sure he had something close to that. I don't know if it was 71, but he had like a monster run. I think it was like 60 actually.
68 yards.
Oh, close. Close.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. But yeah, here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you. I am disagreeing with
yeah,
you.
you are
I'm
disagreeing with me.
saying Todd Gurley. I
You
said
think Todd Gurley is a more pure talent?
So this is Todd Gurley versus Saquon.
Yes, this
because
is what it's
my
turning
most
into.
talented running back is
Because we
Le'Veon
both
Bell.
agree that
Sorry.
Le'Veon Bell is.
Yeah.
Oh no, you think Gurley's better than Bell?
I think Gurley is the best running back in the NFL right now, but I think Le'Veon Bell is the most talented running back in the NFL. Saquon
So
Barkley.
I feel like
Saquon Barkley
with you,
is top
when we're
3.
talking about best running back in the NFL, you look at it as who has the best stats.
It's not even just that. How do you play the game of football? Like Todd Gurley.
Hey, right. If we're going by that,
Todd
it's
Gurley,
Barkley.
I disagree with that. I'm saying, here's what I'm saying. I'm saying that Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell are both good in the whole offense.
Who's the most
and
explosive of the 3?
Most explosive?
Come on, don't think about that one.
I'm going to say Le'Veon Bell. I'm sorry.
Come on. You think Le'Veon Bell is a more explosive player than Saquon Barkley?
What would you categorize a explosive statistic?
Fast.
Like, oh, God, I thought you were talking about, like...
Explosive, you know. Like how fast
I
is
thought
he
you
off
were
the
talking
rush?
about, like, his ability...
Quickness, stuff like that.
His ability to rip off, you know, a 70-yard run and throw 7 tacklers off him. I mean, Barkley's good at that, too.
That's
but
part of
that's
explosive.
What I thought you meant
That's part of explosive. That can be involved in it.
Le'Veon's longest career run is 81 yards. Every year he has at least one that goes at least 40 or 50 yards. So I like Le'Veon Bell.
I literally said that I think as of right now, I think it could change.
Can you give Saquon Barkley more than 6 games though? Because
Yes.
right now,
No, I agree with that.
you're obsessing over 3 rookie players right now.
Yes.
Luka
I am.
Doncic
sucked
right now.
last night,
You
by
were
the way.
ripping your pants off for him.
He's so
And I
true.
looked
Did you
at
watch
his
the game?
stats and it was awful. No, I watched
He
highlights.
sucked. Like he was bad. Like he was.
Aton was a beast though.
He was. I wouldn't say a beast, but he was good. He was really good.
19 and 10, something like that. But anyway,
solid.
so
Actually, that is kind of beastly numbers.
right now, I think he also had like 6 assists. I love Aton.
Oh my gosh.
I'm obsessed. 35 points.
Not
from,
to turn this into a basketball show, but my
35 points from what's his name?
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker. All right. So anyway, do you have any concluding thoughts on this? Because I'm going to close it up.
Yes, I think the only reason why I'm not saying Barkley is not the best running back in the league right now is for what you said. He's played 6 games. Let's see him play a full season. Let's see him play with a good team. As of right now, I don't think he is the best running back. I mean, if we're going by that, I'd also put Gurley ahead of him. I just think if we're going by pure talent wise, I think he's probably the most talented running back in the league. Just breaking tackles.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I really want to know who leads the league in yards.
Zeke
per
Elliott.
touch.
Oh
No, per like what's the stat?
yak. Or
Yeah.
yeah, that's yards after catch. But
Yes,
sorry.
but yeah, the stat yards after you've been hit. What is that?
Something about broken tackles.
Something like that.
I wish I could get the whole. I'm not going to try to pull that up.
Yeah, I should have done that pre-show research.
Yeah, come on, dude. You're freaking ridiculous.
I can't do it at the Bird, bro.
Yeah, no, he's. I actually do really like Saquon Barkley, and I think he could be considered the best running back in football in a couple of years, and he very well might be the most talented running back. But I want to see more from him because this might also be a farce. You know, I really don't like.
I really think it's gonna be a farce.
The only rookie guy that I bought into, or early young guy, is Jimmy Garoppolo. So that's
True.
That's the only young guy that I've really bought into. So let's go on to a fun segment called the Patriots Minute. You know, we do live in Boston.
Yeah.
We are rooting. My stream for the Red Sox pooped the bed, so that sucks. But we are going to talk about the Patriots for a total
60 seconds.
6 seconds.
And it's probably going to be like 70 seconds.
We're going to talk
But
for
we
a
say it's 60
total
seconds.
of 60 seconds. And I'm going to ask the question and we'll hit go. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Is Josh Gordon about to break out this season?
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I'm done.
Hey, at least tell me why in the next 20 seconds.
Because I think he's the most talented receiver on that team. And I think eventually they're going to slowly move away from Chris Hogan. And if he got like 8 to 9 carries right now, what is he going to get later in the season when he knows the offense a lot more?
You mean receptions?
Did he have 8 to 9 receptions? I thought it was targets.
You said carries.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I'm an
I was
idiot.
just sorry. I think Josh Gordon is about to blow up once he figures out how to. Right now, what I'm noticing from Josh Gordon and Tom Brady is that they haven't clicked yet. Obviously, you make a trade midseason for a guy who hasn't worked with Tom Brady ever in his career and has never had a real good quarterback. Mm-hmm. You know, you got to kind of try to figure it out with the guy. But as soon as these guys hit. Like, if he had a full offseason with Josh Gordon, my lord.
Oh, yeah. Our pants would be off.
Yeah. he really might actually be what Randy... I don't think he's going to break records, but he would
No, I don't think he's going to be
offense.
Randy Moss, but...
I think he would supplement the offense in the same way that Randy Moss did. So, I'm not saying he's going to break records, but he's a guy that could get you 1,200 yards and 7 and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Which is
I agree
really
with that,
good for a wide receiver. And we are over a minute and 30 seconds, but Josh Gordon's about to break
90
out.
seconds.
I do. 90 seconds. Maybe we should
predicted
change
70.
it to a whole 90 seconds. I've decided that we're going to do the real or fake segment quarterly. So be listening for the real or fake segment.
Real or fake.
You guys ready for the top 3 lemons of the week?
Give it to me.
Starting off with number 3. So after signing a 10-year, $100 million contract with the Oakland Raiders, John Gruden sucks with the Oakland Raiders. They're so bad.
Khalil Mack, where you at? Our pass rush stinks.
They're legit. Maybe they're like, I think they're bad on purpose.
You're saying we tanking? We ain't tanking.
They traded Khalil Mack.
We ain't tanking.
They,
He actually made a comment about that. He's like, there's some rumors out there that we're tanking. We ain't tanking. Nobody's staying up to 4 a.m. tanking. We ain't tanking.
You're tanking. I'm sorry.
Joey
Honestly,
Bosa's little brother, Nick
this is-
Bosa, looks pretty good right now to replace Khalil Mack.
As much as he is the number 3 lemon of the week, and the Oakland Raiders are awful in the first quarter of the season, this is what I think. They signed John Gruden. They signed John Gruden for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's give John Gruden, who hasn't
10-year
coached a
deal.
game in a while,
Yeah, in a modern NFL.
just a little while, you know, a
10 years.
10-year contract.
Honestly, I think that they are not really buying into what this season, next season, or even the season after that really means for John Gruden. I think that they bought in long term so this guy could build the team that he wants. I think that's honestly why they're losing. They're not tossing games, but he traded.
They're not tanking. Wink, wink.
He traded Khalil Mack for 2 first-round picks because I think at the time we were like, what are the Oakland Raiders doing? They're crazy. They're stupid. We put them on the L of the week. Listen, they are crazy and stupid for trading Khalil Mack, but he got 2 first-round picks in return. And if his
For a guy who's probably gonna not play for them because he wanted a brand new contract.
Who, Khalil
can
Mack?
blame him? Yep.
So the 2 first-round picks is a great get for him, and John Gruden's trying to rebuild this team anyway. So if he's trying to rebuild the team, you get 2 first-round picks out of it. If you're asking for, I think you could get a 3rd-round pick for Amari Cooper. So if you really wanted to trade him,
Hey, you might be able to get a little more. What's his contract? Does he have more than 1 year?
That's a good question.
If he has more than 1 year, you can probably get a little more. Maybe a second rounder.
But he's good. I mean, Amari Cooper is extremely talented. They're not using him effectively.
Yeah.
I think Derek Carr, honestly, in my opinion, I don't know how long his contract is, but I think he's done as an Oakland Raider. That's an absolute hot take, but I do believe that he is done. So
Those are one of those underground hot takes.
Yeah, it's true. But let's go to number 2. So we talked about the Chiefs and the Patriots already. We talked about Josh Gordon, but there was an element of the game that we did not talk about. I'm going to give the big fat L, number 2 L of the week, to New England Patriots fans.
Dab.
We're not usually jerks like Philadelphia Eagle fans, who at some point will get the L of the week for trying to climb a freaking pole that's greased. The Patriot fan, so I'll give the Patriot fan who doused Tyreek Hill with beer the L of the week, or not the L of the week, the second L of the week.
Tyreek Hill pressed charges.
Yeah,
Pressing charges.
that's ridiculous.
We should get.
What is it? Okay, so you have people sitting in the stands. Now I'm not defending the fan. Okay, it was stupid. He shouldn't have done that. But you have people sitting in the stands. They're
Yeah.
drinking beer.
Yeah.
They're getting toasted. They're
Totally
drunk.
toasted.
They probably smoke pot in the locker room. Like, I mean, in the bathroom. I meant the bathroom. Yeah, I would. But no, seriously, they probably are doing some sketchy things. They're probably under the influence of some sketchy situations. So you're telling me that you're going to run up to a Patriots fan in their face and then trash them after you scored a touchdown and not expect to get beer poured on you?
Yes, but you should probably
avoid that.
Try to avoid that.
That's like the guy who tried the Lambeau leap that was
Right.
playing against Green Bay. They threw him out of the stand. I'm like, well, what? Why would you do that? So he's going to press charges for taunting a fan, him throwing beer. Now, don't attack players on the field.
Yeah, the guy was dumb.
But if the guy's impaired, like, don't even bother with that garbage.
We should get the dude who tossed the beer on the show and ask him why he did
Yeah,
it.
dude. Why did you do that?
Yo, bro, why'd you do that?
You ready for the L of the week?
Yeah.
The L of the week. So after Conor McGregor and Khabib, I don't even know how to say his last name. Khabib toasted Conor McGregor in his fight. He decided to,
got toasted by Khabib.
you know what I've never realized? Like, people in the UFC get their faces beat in.
Yeah.
And then like a week later, they're totally fine. Like, they don't have black eyes. They don't have like abrasions.
Most of the time, yeah. That is kind of
Like I saw Conor McGregor. I'm like, he's got to be wearing makeup or something. He got toasted in that match. Like his face was like mangled, and he's
Hey,
like,
you know, a good night's sleep,
Yeah.
a pack of ice, and
right on it. He just slept with a
Maybe
whole
some
ice
weed.
bag on his face. Maybe. Conor McGregor. So he was at the Cowboys game.
yeah.
He doesn't just get the L of the week for losing a match. There was a very specific highlight, and I suggest that you people go on Google and look this up. Conor McGregor tried to throw a football. Now, it wasn't like, a girl throw, like, no, it wasn't a girl
sexist.
throw. Sorry. It wasn't a girly throw, though. It was like a shot put. Like you're shoving that giant
know what it
shot
was?
put ball. Like, I don't even know. Like,
You're like,
oh, hey, throw the football to one of our best players in the NFL. Oh,
You open your closet, and then you're putting stuff on the shelf. That's what
that's what it looked like. It was
what
like,
it was.
oh.
My grandma can throw the ball better than you. You freaking. I was gonna say something, but I love McGregor, so I'm not gonna say it.
Conor McGregor is awesome. I love Conor McGregor.
But you can't. Don't throw for football.
That was
please.
really.
Stop that.
I'm like how aggressive and like physically physically
It's like
strong,
people like skydiving.
athletic that guy is, and he can't throw a football.
It's like people skydiving, where it's like, okay, we did it once. Don't do it again.
Don't do it again.
Never do it again.
Don't again. Conor McGregor gets the L of the week for trying to throw a football.
Yes, sack.
Yeah, you are awful. Are you ready for?
What are we ready for?
I'm trying to do the pick'em segment, but my internet crapped the bed. So
Your internet is trash, bro. I'm trying to watch this Thursday night football game while recording a podcast.
Did you get all of your?
I'm gonna what?
Did you get all your fantasy points back, and now you're all excited?
No, I didn't get it. Oh, wait a minute.
Did it get taken back?
Interception for Cardinals defense.
Okay, so we obviously can't predict the Broncos-Cardinals game. I'm going to take the Broncos in this one.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are gonna come back. Led by the
they're
hands
still
of
playing. It's only
Josh
the third quarter.
Rosen, baby.
Titans at Chargers. Ready? Oh,
Yeah.
wait, we didn't even cue the music.
Music,
We just got
please.
started. Cue the
Please.
music. Titans at Chargers.
I'm gonna go Chargers.
I'm going to go Chargers. Panthers at Eagles.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
Eagles. Vikings at Jets.
I'm gonna go Vikings, but a low key potential upset.
Vikings. Bills at
Colts.
Colts. Patriots at Bears.
Patriots.
Patriots.
at Bears.
Yeah, Taylor Gabriel's gonna have the game of his life. Browns
Okay, relax.
at Buccaneers.
What was it?
Browns at Bucks.
I'm gonna go Browns.
I'm gonna say Brownies too because I love the Brownies. The Texans at the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Lions at Dolphins. Lions.
I'll go Dolphins since you. No, I'm gonna go Lions. I'm at Brock.
Saints at Ravens.
Ravens.
Saints. Cowboys at Redskins.
I haven't picked the Cowboys once this year, nor do I want
I'm
to.
riding the
gonna go
Cowboys.
Redskins.
Go Cowboys,
pick the
baby.
Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Rams at 49ers.
Rams.
Rams. Bengals at Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Giants at Falcons on Monday Night Football.
Rafi Devers just hit a home run.
Yo, Rafi! What?
All right, what was the last
Come
one?
on,
Sorry.
baby.
We're getting lit right now.
Come on, baby. Oh my gosh, we might be going to the World Series. I'm getting sweaty.
Dude, just give me this last one again so we can watch the
Giants at
3-run
Falcons.
home run.
What? No! Giants and Falcons.
Dude, who cares?
Giants.
Falcons.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta take the Falcons. I don't know what's going on right now. All right. Are you ready for your fantasy play of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Patrick
I
Mahomes.
Oh.
I'm actually being serious.
Would you please take?
Legit.
Would you please take a guy that's not on your fantasy team?
All right.
I'm
Okay.
taking every single week. I've taken a guy that's not on my fantasy team. All right, I'll give you my guy while you're thinking. So Todd Gurley is playing against San Francisco. That's kind of a like if you play DFS or you just have. I mean, if you play fantasy football and you have Todd Gurley on your team and he's on your bench, you probably shouldn't be playing fantasy football.
Yeah,
That would be a bad.
All right, I got
decision.
one. Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon. I had him last week. He had
Titans.
27.
Okay, maybe I
fantasy
shouldn't do
points.
that.
27. He actually might have more than that, but
I think Alvin Kamara is a sneaky one too.
that's a sneaky one. Got any closing thoughts for us?
Yeah, here's my closing thoughts. Let's go Red Sox.
Let's go Red Sox. Let's go to
Let's
the World
go
Friggin'
Red
Series.
Sox.
World Friggin' Series, baby.
That clap was terrible.
See you later, Rick.
Let's go Red Sox.